The excitement around the Ravens this offseason has been palpable, especially with Lamar Jackson working under a coach who has a strong offensive background. Fans were buzzing with anticipation, hoping that the combination of Jackson's unique skill set and a sharp-minded offensive coach could elevate the team to new heights. Unfortunately, recent developments have delivered a significant blow to those hopes, leaving many supporters reconsidering their expectations for the upcoming season. The news surrounding Mike McDaniel has dominated conversations in Baltimore, and it appears increasingly unlikely that he will be joining the Ravens in any capacity, either as a head coach or as an offensive coordinator. This revelation has left a lot of Ravens fans processing disappointment. Even though McDaniel's arrival was never officially confirmed, the mere prospect had generated excitement and optimism, making the realization that he might head elsewhere difficult to digest. Reports suggest that McDaniel is expected to join the Los Angeles Chargers as their offensive coordinator, a move that, while not yet officially finalized, seems highly probable. Multiple sources and insiders have shared this information, pointing to a scenario where McDaniel's talents will be applied in a different environment rather than in Baltimore. Even though there remains a small chance that circumstances could shift, the likelihood seems slim. For fans who envision McDaniel orchestrating plays alongside Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, the news is a harsh reality check. The thought of such a pairing promised dynamic offensive schemes and a revitalization of the Ravens' attacking approach. His creative play calling and ability to maximize the potential of his quarterback make him an ideal fit, at least on paper, making this development particularly difficult to swallow for those who had high hopes for the team's offensive future. Despite this setback, the Ravens front office is continuing its search for the right head coach with a level-headed approach. The coaching search is entering a critical phase with second interviews underway and several names under consideration, including some unexpected candidates. Baltimore is methodically assessing each option, understanding that the right hire is essential to stabilize the organization and guide the team through what will undoubtedly be a challenging season. While some high-profile coaches have shifted their focus toward other teams or opportunities, the Ravens remain in the mix for several potential candidates. The organization is being deliberate, and while there is always a sense of urgency in these searches, there is also a clear recognition that rushing the decision could result in missteps, something that the franchise has sought to avoid. The team's strategy regarding coaching continuity has also become a point of discussion. In an unusual move, the Ravens are reportedly blocking certain assistant coaches from lateral moves to other organizations. This decision has raised questions and sparked debates among fans and analysts alike. Chris Horton, the special teams coordinator, is one such coach who may be retained regardless of the new head coach's arrival. Alongside him, key assistants like Anthony Lavini Sr. and Randy Brown could also remain with the team, maintaining a level of continuity that could prove valuable as the franchise navigates the transition. While it may seem conservative, this approach underscores the Ravens' focus on stability, particularly in specialized areas like special teams, where experience and cohesion can make a significant difference in outcomes on the field. Randy Brown's influence, in particular, cannot be overstated. With years of experience working with elite kickers like Justin Tucker and his track record in developing punters and holders, Brown's presence is a stabilizing force for the unit. Maintaining this continuity ensures that the team's kicking and punting game remains strong, a critical component for close contests where special teams' performance often decides the result. Anthony Lavini, while less established, is also being closely considered in these retention decisions. His potential growth and development within the organization could benefit both him personally and the team strategically, offering opportunities for internal advancement while reinforcing consistency within the coaching structure. At the same time, the Ravens are navigating a larger context of NFL coaching movements and personnel decisions. Coaches like John Harbaugh have exerted influence in prior draft decisions, and his approach to player acquisitions has sometimes shaped the trajectory of the team in ways that extended beyond simple draft selections. The dynamic between front office metrics and real-world tape evaluation has created scenarios where promising players are overlooked or acquired later than anticipated. Puka Nacua, for example, was a player Harbaugh reportedly wanted in Baltimore, but he ended up being drafted in the 5th round as a compensatory pick, illustrating the nuanced interplay of organizational decision-making, strategy, and timing. The fact that a player with clear potential slipped through the initial stages highlights the complexities involved in roster building, and the importance of synchronizing the coaching staff's input with the front office's assessments. The Ravens' ongoing adjustments, both in coaching and in roster development, reflect a franchise that is deliberate but also adaptive. While the offseason has delivered some challenging news, it has also revealed an organization committed to carefully evaluating its options and prioritizing the right fit over hasty decisions. Fans can take some reassurance from the fact that the team's management is thinking strategically, understanding the long-term implications of each hire and personnel move. This approach is not without its frustrations, particularly when anticipated hires like McDaniel appear to drift elsewhere. But it signals a commitment to building a sustainable and competitive environment for Lamar Jackson and the rest of the roster. In parallel, the coaching search continues to unfold with layers of complexity, as multiple candidates consider positions across the league and the Ravens seek to identify the ideal combination of leadership, offensive vision, and defensive acumen. There is a recognition that some candidates may be pursuing opportunities elsewhere, and that timing plays a crucial role in the decisions of both coaches and front offices, balancing patience with urgency. Baltimore is moving deliberately to ensure that the next head coach not only aligns with the team's immediate goals, but also has the capability to foster long-term growth and development. Each interview, assessment, and decision is being made with a clear eye toward the future, reflecting the high stakes involved in securing the right leadership for a franchise aiming to maximize its potential in the competitive landscape of the NFL. As the offseason progresses, the Ravens' story is one of anticipation, recalibration, and strategic planning. The departure of key coaching prospects may be disappointing, but the organization's methodical approach and focus on continuity in critical areas, such as special teams, demonstrate a commitment to both stability and performance. Meanwhile, the coaching search remains active and dynamic, reflecting the broader challenges faced by teams across the league as they navigate shifts in personnel, coaching philosophies, and competitive priorities. For Ravens fans, this period is both frustrating and hopeful, a reminder of the fine balance between managing expectations and preparing for the opportunities that lie ahead in a season that promises to be full of intensity, drama, and high-stakes football. Even with the setbacks in the coaching search, the Ravens are showing signs of careful orchestration in their decisions. The idea of blocking certain coaches from lateral moves has sparked conversation across the fan base, but it also signals a level of strategic thinking that many overlook. Maintaining continuity in key areas, particularly within the special teams unit, ensures that the team does not lose critical institutional knowledge, which can be essential for sustaining performance during transitions. Chris Horton and Randy Brown are examples of coaches whose expertise and experience provide stability, especially in high-pressure situations where consistency can directly impact the outcome of games. Their presence acts as a foundation, supporting the integration of new leadership while retaining elements that have proven successful in the past. Anthony Levine's position also illustrates the delicate balance between opportunity and retention. While he is not as established as Horton or Brown, the Ravens appear invested in guiding his growth and providing him with the potential to contribute meaningfully to the team. This type of investment speaks to a broader organizational philosophy that values development and internal promotion, rather than simply importing talent from outside. It reflects a culture that wants to retain knowledge and expertise, while simultaneously cultivating future leaders. For fans observing these moves, it highlights an attention to detail that often goes unnoticed, but can have far-reaching effects on overall team performance, both on and off the field. The ripple effects of these coaching decisions extend into other areas of the organization, including draft strategy and player development. Historical examples, like John Harbaugh's push for specific draft selections, demonstrate how coaching input can shape the composition of the roster. Pukenua's situation is a case in point. While the front office and metrics teams were tasked with evaluating talent based on their analytics, Harbaugh's insight into the player's potential highlights the importance of integrating multiple perspectives. Even though Nua was ultimately selected later than he might have been, the narrative underscores the complexity of assembling a competitive team. It is not simply about numbers on paper, but also about vision, fit, and the ability to anticipate how a player's skills will translate into the system. Off-season developments also reflect the broader NFL landscape, where coaching vacancies, candidate movements, and organizational priorities intersect in intricate ways. Several teams have been actively filling head coach positions, and candidates are exploring multiple avenues, which complicates the Ravens' process. Balancing patience with urgency becomes crucial, as delays or missteps could result in missing out on the ideal candidate. Yet, Baltimore's methodical approach suggests a recognition that the right fit can outweigh the immediate need to fill a vacancy by taking the time to evaluate candidates thoroughly. The team seeks to ensure that the incoming leadership possesses not only tactical expertise, but also the vision and communication skills necessary to unite the roster and maximize its potential. The interplay between past successes and current needs further complicates decisions. For example, the influence of coaches like John Harbaugh on past draft decisions provides context for the current environment. His advocacy for particular players, even when metrics suggested alternative options, demonstrates the nuanced balance between quantitative analysis and qualitative judgment. The team's evolving approach suggests an acknowledgement of both perspectives, combining traditional football insight with modern analytical methods to inform decisions across coaching, drafting, and player development. This holistic approach is essential for building a resilient team, capable of navigating the demands of the regular season, while positioning itself for sustained success. Moreover, the Ravens' coaching strategy impacts player morale and performance. The selection and retention of specific staff members signal stability and commitment, which can have a psychological effect on the roster. Players thrive in environments where leadership is consistent and knowledgeable, as this fosters confidence and clarity in roles. Special teams, for instance, require precision and coordination, and the retention of experienced coaches ensures that these units operate at a high level. Similarly, offensive and defensive schemes benefit from coaches who are familiar with the personnel and the team's strategic philosophy. By prioritizing continuity in critical areas, the Ravens are safeguarding their foundation while preparing for potential transformations in other facets of the organization. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Whispers are growing loud around the Baltimore Ravens, and they carry the unmistakable tone of a franchise contemplating a bold, almost cinematic move, according to sources close to the organization. The front office has internally discussed the possibility of bringing a true legend out of retirement to take control of the team for a single transitional season. The idea, still very much in the realm of speculation, has already ignited debate across league circles. The name being floated is one that resonates deeply with the Ravens' identity. A figure synonymous with leadership, toughness, and a winning culture, this former star has long been considered part of the team's institutional DNA. While officially removed from the grind of the NFL sidelines, those who know him insist the competitive fire never fully faded. The proposal would not be about a long-term rebuild, but rather a one-year bridge, designed to stabilize the locker room and guide a roster caught between eras. Insiders suggest the Ravens see value in experience over innovation, at least temporarily. The belief is that a familiar voice could immediately command respect, simplify decision-making, and restore a sense of direction during a delicate phase. Such a move would also buy the organization time, allowing it to plan the future without rushing into a permanent appointment. Skeptics, however, question whether nostalgia can translate into modern success. The league has evolved rapidly, and stepping back into the spotlight after years away is no small challenge. Conditioning, adapting to new schemes, and managing today's players are all concerns quietly acknowledged behind closed doors. For now, the Ravens remain publicly silent, neither confirming nor denying the rumor. Still, the mere possibility of a legendary return has captured attention across the NFL landscape. If nothing else, it signals a franchise willing to think unconventionally, even if only for one dramatic season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.